we did to the melanated man and woman kids. Yeah, they should have, sorry. Because I already know you're gonna win. And I'm gonna throw rocks at those fuckers. I am. And see, they really did produce methamphetamine in the fertilizer plant. Assad's not stupid, he's telling you the truth. They got those things all over everywhere. But since the governments own them, they're not gonna arrest their own people. But see, the elements know. And it goes in as little traces of electricity. And it finds the weakest part of the plant and blow the plants up. And there'll be more explosions. Yeah, that's why there are so many exploding underground. Because they have underground installations too where they make stuff like that. And they're experimenting with people underground and they're eating people, yes, just like Assad said. So the water is here. And it's just gonna really, inconvenience people for a while. But it's for the overall good of everyone. And the one that survives is gonna have a really big mission. Because they're gonna have to restore unity and trust with everyone on the earth. But the white people is not going to tell you that they're all dying really fast. But they are. Because if you go out to the cemetery in LA, you can see the coffins. But see, they're not really coffins. They're making a concentration camp. But they're disguising it like they're coffins. But they're not coffins. You know, the Inglewood Cemetery, yeah. They're going to kill all you essays in there. You can see the lights doing just like the sun, see? As it goes underwater. Did you see that? Yeah, that's the universal forces talking to you saying, we have power. And we've given the power to us all. See, this is where they stole all the Jesus. See, it's green. Did you see that was green? Let me show you. See, it's green. I told you they were going to go green. Assad said he can just talk things into manifestation because he is the god Osiris. That's what you Greeks call it. And see, even the Greeks knew that there was a black God that was all-knowing and all-powerful. But he only knows what he needs to know because he's been put on earth, which means some of his power has been taken away from him because he could turn into a renegade God and really cause problems. But Assad won't do that because he loves the children. And so he's here for them because he knows these guys are all bad. See, they all set up homes and things for themselves at the cost of other people. And then they didn't even want the other people on the earth. They just treat them so wrong every time. I know, because I implemented it. I told them. See, like that water is brown. The melanin in the water is the melanin that the universe put in the people. Because the people are the elements, so it makes sense that they look like the soil. And then you white people come out of here out of nowhere and decide that you should kill all the people. I implemented that. And see, this is why we're in so much trouble. And as you can see, it's only white people who try to give an explanation of what's going on. And you're not going to hear them say, well, I think that the universe is fucking us up for what we did to our children. Because they're white. And I mean that they have to say that their white God is not protecting them like he said they would. And so they want to try to perpetuate their supremacy through their holding on to a white spook ghost that no one has ever saw and never will. Now, Assad said that he has come here and he's going to use the water and tornadoes he said that he's going to destroy Ohio. So everything flooding like this is imminent to Ohio. Because Ohio has a concentration camp. And he says that the governments of Ohio are combined Hitlers of never before. He hates them because they ruined him. He had worked really hard to sustain himself and they wanted to make money. So they put him in jail for 45 days. And by the time he got out of jail, everything that he had worked for was gone. He hasn't been able to pick up from that. Because everywhere he goes, he still has to deal with these fucked up white people. I implemented that too. And they just want to use him. And keep him poor. And keep him where he can't provide for his children. So they can put his children in jail later down the line. That's what they got set up. But see, I have snow. That's what Assad said. He says he has snow and fire. And he says this snow is just water. And once the molecule structure changes from being frozen back to a liquid. And he knows all this stuff. He says that he's even going to use the sun to boil some of this water and send scalding hot water down on some people in Russia. He doesn't like Russians very much. He said it's not the Russian citizens that he doesn't like. He said he doesn't like the Kremlin. And he says he doesn't like Washington, D.C. either. And he thinks that Obama should not have got his ass in there. Because there's going to be some real challenging circumstances that comes to the Washington, D.C. area. For your water, tornadoes and fire. All the trees and stuff, he says, gotta go. Because they can grow back. But he's gonna use the trees. See, what he wants to do is use smoke. The smoke and the water and the heat all together is just gonna run those white people crazy. They don't like heat. They don't like smoke unless it's smoke on someone's city that they're burning up and standing back observing through binoculars. But they're not gonna like it when the smoke from the volcanoes is dropping ashes on them. And they all can't breathe or see. And they gotta do all that work to clean up all that ash. Because it's gonna come right after the flood. And then there'll be the sun. It's gonna be so hot. And the police is not gonna wanna wear those hot police uniform and carry all that hot equipment. Not to mention that their cars are gonna overheat. And it's just gonna be crazy because all the water and airflow devices are not gonna work. It's just really simple. Everyone's water pump is gonna break. Everyone's fuel pump's gonna break. Everyone's radiator is gonna be clogged up. And so everything is just gonna come to a standstill. And this is gonna cause chaotic circumstances where the people who brought all those guns to kill all the black people are gonna have to war on themselves. And this is only right because this is where they come from. And I'm sure they're gonna return to that anyway. So it won't always be these beautiful Alice in Wonderland pictures like you're looking at right now. Because that's bullshit. That's not what I want. No. We can't have that. I need to set up an atmosphere that is more pleasing for my fucked up, sinister energy inside. Yes, that was the light. It's very windy and dressing. Another system is brilliant. Where is this? I bet it's somewhere in Illinois. I wonder. Because this is this month. That looks like a river. It says Rock River at Dixon. April 2013 flood. Wow. The water looks really angry. With water, no be enemy. See, they got an African song that I be listening to, so I plays it. And it's got that lady named Macy Grace. She sings it. And she calls water, can no be enemy. She say, when you want to get cooked soup, what are you gonna use? See, you can't use the water if it's all messed up. She say, if your head gets hot, what are you gonna use? If you want to cook soup, what are you gonna use? And then they say, with water, you no be enemy. That means, don't piss the water off. But it's too late to tell you guys that. Because when I had time to tell you, what was I telling you guys? Jesus. Our Lord and Savior, Jesus. I was fucking with your mind. That's why I'm rich and wealthy and can't do a damn thing to save you from a SARS wrath. And it is a SARS wrath, you know. I mean, he told you. Okay, stay tuned for updates. The river is expected to crest over April the 20th. Oh, we already passed that. Wow, imagine that. Okay, let's go at this. It says suburban flooding crested. Slowly receding. More commercials. See? Exploiting the lady's ass. See what they were doing? It was a nice ass. Let's take another look at that ass. Uh-oh, what happened? Something went crazy. Oh, damn. The Pope is messing up. This can't be. It just took over. Close. Oh my God, there's the Tsar. He's the one that's whooping that ass, you know. Yeah. The Tsar's not a joke. He will whoop that ass. Please believe it. I'll be back. Resist. Peace and blessings. I'll be back. Okay, Marriott Hotel. So that you can know that water ain't no joke. I'm going to show you why the water is coming to get everybody's ass. Okay, look. First, let me show you this. Okay? So you guys can see. Now, we all know what those are. Alright? Those are those the tray liners that I say is for meat. Alright, that's what I'm saying. You see the guy in there, imagine his ass butchered, alright, all dismembered, cut up it like pork chops, alright, all this bullshit. You see them down there, alright, you can see the white man, what he doing right there. He's setting up circumstances for global murder. There's concrete ones at the bottom, massive concrete tomb prepared. Then right here on top, you can see like concrete caskets, mystery solved. They're going to tell you what that is, you see. Alright, so we're going to go see what their explanation of that is. Boston Marathon explosion. You can see what they're doing. They show you all this death and then trying to justify this cop with this gun. We all know that the Russians and the Americans are getting ready to work together. They talking about these guys that did it was Russian citizens. So now somehow they're going to have a joint effort to make sure they can police both citizens of Russia, because it's probably over in Russia they telling the Russian citizens that some Americans came over there and blowed some shit up, okay? So now they gonna get together and merge with each other, have a world unity of commercialism, that's all it is, so we can police the planet and we'll both be responsible for our citizens, which it should be anyway. So now here it is, some Russian people that came over here and committed murder, terrorist act, but instead of America being mad at the Russians like they would be when they found out Iraq or Afghanistan or any nation with Semites or black people in it, do they want to go to war with the Russians? No. No. The Americans and the Russians have a joint effort to lock forces with each other. At the same time, they blowing this bullshit about Korea and freaking China joining forces with each other. Let me tell you guys what's going on. All the governments are working as a team together to eradicate people off the earth. And they all are stockpiling all these things right here because they plan on using our meat for consumption by something. I don't care what it is, but I've started pointing that out. These are little meat trays. These are if you go in the store and buy some pork chops, flip it over and look at the tray. It's these plastic trays right here. They make them out of that foam rubber shit though, but the other places I've been, they make them out of these plastic trays. I've actually washed the plastic trays out once at home and used them before. So I know what this is when I look at it. Just look at his ass all chopped up and little pieces ready for consuming or whatever, and put some plastic over the top of it. That's what you're looking at. I don't care what no one says. Now let's go back to this right here, alright? It says, we went looking for spirits and found these concrete coffins at a local cemetery. Are they anticipating something? Yes, they're anticipating something. They're anticipating burying all of their elite wealthy people that's dying so damn fast. Okay? Or either, and this is not even gonna make any sense, and so I know that it's far-fetched, but you know, if they keep stockpiling these things on top of each other, they can make them really, really tall. So they can make an overnight crematory or an overnight concentration camp right there in LA for all you essays with your black hating asses. Well, you better start understanding how important it is to see your blackness, because your blackness has been targeted for eradication, like it or not. Let's go at this shit and see what's going on. Okay, there they start off with, right away, the phony ass cross with the woman uterus being smaller than a pedophile ass cross. When you know for a fact you can't have nothing unless it comes out the woman first. See, they can stack 3 more on top of those things, and that's a long ass concentration camp. That's what they can do, and kill your ass in the cemetery, where it'd be a perfect place to do it at, okay? Because it's already dead anyway. So they can keep stacking this shit on top of each other, alright? And then the next thing you know, that could be a long ass wall, alright? Real simple. I believe that they asses doubled them up like that because they're both level to the ground now. But when they put the ones in front or the ones that's in back on top of it, you see what I'm saying? When they stack it, look how long that wall is. See, you got to be able to see that. They can put your ass into that shit and lock you in whenever they get ready to, and kill your ass right there in that cemetery and mass bury your ass without nobody ever knowing what the hell is going on. But that's why I've been sent here to point shit out to you. They don't look tall now because they both ground level. But when they stack that shit, your ass could be